choose D early because no matter where you are in your life, no matter what your personality is, I'm gonna help you come out and represent that individual to your highest and your truest expression of yourself. So I believe that, there's only one you, there's only one me. So we have to find a way to display those things that we want to display in this world. And you have something to offer that nobody else can offer. So I think that sometimes having someone that can encourage you in those areas and also give you direction based on their experiences, just to be 100% honest about those things with you and also give you direction without holding back, I think is a big opportunity for you to be able to express being along with a team that's going to help you get where you want to be. I think choosing Demetrius early and experiencing the DLD experience, it has a representation of resilience. A lot of people are not transparent about the things they go through because everybody want to give you the perception that they're all good. The reality is we're all messed up people striving to become better. And so because we always are in that place of striving to become better, I think it's a beautiful thing when you can be authentic and be honest and be 100% you. Man, being me is like right now, like just walking in my beautiful home. My wife and I, we worked real hard to get to this point. I don't take it for granted, man, just being grateful for where you are right now and also being humble enough to learn more about how you can get to where you want to be. So I think that just being you just means just being honest, having integrity and being able to respect and honor what God has given you and the people that He's sending your path to help share it with you.
I allowed some people in my company to falsify information because I thought I had enough money to be able to cover all this stuff if something didn't go right. And when things went wrong, how many of y'all know it goes wrong? I ended up losing everything. I got sentenced to 17 years, did 4.5 years in prison. I came home in 2014 with nothing. I lost my family. I lost my covenant with God. They had to move back to Louisiana and start living a life that I had taught them different about. I had humiliated my opportunity to be the leader that I was. And all I did, guys, was turn my head the other way and not take care of the responsibility of what was in front of me. But God had a plan for me. He wanted me to learn a valuable lesson because He had more than millions inside of me. I had $15 million and $60 million worth of real estate. Now all of a sudden, all that's gone. He taught me in a real sudden way that you make one wrong move and take your eyes off me, son, because I gave you all this, I'll take it from you. I get emotional thinking about it. I had to lose everything to gain everything. And now I stand before you, back in the millions. I got a beautiful wife that loves me. All my kids alive. I got grandchildren that love and admire me. And I got an opportunity to speak my truth to my people. And if He can do it for me, He can do it for you. No excuses.
Hey, how y'all doing? Man, I'm so excited. Man, happy New Year once again. Man, and we live tonight for the D Early Experience virtual show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and taking time out of your schedules to join me tonight. And boy, do I have a treat for you guys tonight. Guess what? Tonight, guess who the guest is? Hey, yours truly, baby, it's me.
It's me. It's yours truly, Demetrius Early. I am the guest for tonight, and we're going to have some real talk, some real discussions about just some of the things that we're doing in 2023. And listen, I want y'all to just, hey, if you will, please just put in the chat, what's your name and where you're from? Hey, send me a shout out. Let me know that you're here. And I want you guys to just take a deep breath and just exhale. Be excited that we made it to see another year. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to get a new beginning. And I want you guys to feel me right now. And I want y'all to repeat after me. 2023 is for me. Like, hey, listen, words are powerful. 2023 is for me. So listen, again, welcome to the D Early Experience virtual show. And we're going to have some real talk tonight about some very interesting topics. I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that, we got coming up in 2023. Katrina, I love you, baby. My wife and I have some big plans. And, man, we just want to just spread the love and spread the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding that God has given us and the platform and the foundation he's given us to be able to help others level up and get to that next level. So without further ado, man, listen, if you will, the first thing we're going to discuss is a little bit about me, okay? My name is Demetrius Early. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a young man that's always been passionate about accomplishing his goals. And I've been blessed to be able to hit some very high peaks in life. But, man, I've been through the valley. I've been through some tough times. And I pride myself as being a very resilient individual. God has blessed me to be able to just bounce back, man. Like, no matter what happens, I land on my feet. And that's the grace of God that's allowed me to do so. So I'm just really excited about and sharing some of my experiences to be able to help other people be the best version of themselves. So I pride in myself in being the highest and truest expression of myself. I always do the best I can to represent what it is that needs to be represented to inspire my people to be greater than what they were by encountering D Early. That's why we started the show called the D Early Experience, because it's so important that when you have a voice, sometimes, we go through peaks and valleys in life, we have to have the opportunity to share our voice. So I'm just grateful. I'm blessed to be able to share with you guys tonight. Please, if you will, comment, like, share, and tag. Tell a friend. Tell somebody. Share with somebody. Let everybody know we on live tonight, baby, at the D Early Experience. Hey, man, thank you. Hey, 4X family. Mr. Kevin Jeffers, I see you out there. Glad to be here. Thank you, brother. Bless you, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. What's up, Celeste Williams? Hey, I see you. My boy Larry out there. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, there go my man Thirsty, all the way from Ohio in the building. I see you, Thirsty, man. Thank you guys so much for being here. I see you, Karen. What's up, Karen Wilson? I see you out there, girl. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. This is like we got time. Hey, there go my baby. What's up, baby? How you doing, Miss Early? Hey, I love you, girl. So listen, hey, we're going to talk about some things. I see my man all the way from the Woodlands, Texas, by way of Houston, Avery Johnson in the building. Hey, man, good to see you, brother. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, 2023 is for us. It's for me and you and us. We're going to do this in 23, baby. So I'm super excited, man. So listen, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you a little bit about me. I see you, D Early Jr. Good to see you, sir. I come from Shreveport, Louisiana. I was born and raised here, and I got an opportunity to play ball. And I went to college at University of South Dakota and played ball there. And I had a dream to play professional sports. That's always been my dream. I always wanted to be a superstar. I've always been an innovative mindset. I wanted to be in the stars. I wanted to be a superstar. That was my bottom line. I was going to be a superstar. So everything I did was moving me towards being in front of a lot of people and, man, just seeing people smile and just make people happy. I've always been a people person that wanted to, really pretty much help people. You know what I mean? So, but I was an entertainer. I love to dance. I was very talented, very gifted. And, but I had the opportunity to play a little ball. And then, some things happened in life that didn't go the way I wanted to go. I ended up being incarcerated for some years. And, man, God blessed me to become a better person in that equation and really made a major difference, not only in my life, but it gave me the opportunity to be able to just make an impression upon a lot of young people that was going through some of the same things I was going to. But he blessed me to be able to get past that. And I became a millionaire at the young age of 30. And after going through what I had been through, I was very grateful and built a strong and powerful team in the real estate industry. I was a real estate investor. And my passion was to help other people and teach them how to actually become a real estate investor. So I really was great at doing so, a great speaker, someone who was really passionate about showing people how to get to that next level, man. And, once you get to the millionaire status, really all you want to do is really help others get there. Hey, how you doing there, Reba? And so yeah, man, I really am excited because, you know, the journey that I've been on, it's been up and down, but God has always given me the ability to be able to get just to a place to where I can still be successful and still be my authentic self. And no matter what I went through, I always trusted him. There was a time in my life though where I had some struggles and I felt like I was alone. And you know, being in that space, it gave me a desire and a passion to really be truly inspirational to other people. And so I tell my story openly because I know that, you know, a lot of times, a lot of us, we suppress our stories because we are embarrassed about some of the things we go through in life. But the reality is, a lot of times what I've learned is your pain is really a part of your ministry. It's what God has put, it's part of your purpose. It's what God has put you here for, to be able to share with other people. So, hey, if you out there right now, you got a story, tell your story. And if you got some pain inside, hey, man, let that build on that. Let that pain be your passion to help other people. Because there are so many people that's going through what you're going through. And you'd be surprised that your story can help somebody get to where they need to be in life. So it's a beautiful thing. So, hey, man, I'm excited. And so, you know, when I got the opportunity to become a real estate investor, I did really well. I got to the multi-millionaire status, helped a lot of people becoming real estate investors. I helped a lot of people become to the 7-figure income earning status through my industry of being in the business that I was in. And man, for years, man, I did really well. And then I fell again, guys. I fell again and lost it all. I mean, we're talking about millions of dollars, $60 million in real estate portfolio. But, you know, the reality was no matter what mistake that was made, no matter how I lost it all, I knew that, you know, no matter what, the knowledge and wisdom and understanding that I had gained in acquiring things and the levels that I was on, I would always be able to possess that. So I learned from my mistakes. I learned how to build on those mistakes. I did better research, became more responsible with the things that God has blessed me with. And he gave me an opportunity to get back on my feet. And not only am I experiencing living the life financially, but I'm also living the best life possible now because I have more than just, you know, money. You know, life is about having true balance. So if you out there right now and you're trying to find that balance, hey man, I'm just excited to be able to share some of the things that I've been blessed to be able to do to be able to get my life on track. And if I can do it, you can do it. So without further ado, I want you guys to take time out, take the opportunity to follow me. I need y'all to follow me. If you will, please follow me. Hey, you can follow me at DRL Experience on Facebook, at DRL Experience on Instagram, Twitter, Demetrius _Early, YouTube, Demetrius Early, TikTok at DRL Experience, and LinkedIn, Demetrius Early. And you can also check out my website, dearlyexperience.com. So, hey, man, we in here, y'all. We in here. Hey, hit me up in the chat. Nobody's hit me in the chat. Listen. And so I'm also a best-selling author, a co-best-selling author with Brian Tracy. Got the opportunity to write a book with him and co-author with him. And just tell a little bit about my story. And the title of the book is Driven, because I'm driven, y'all. I'm passionate, ready to go, ready to be the best version of myself and be better than what I was yesterday. And that's my goal every day. So that's one of the principles that I live by. I've been blessed to have my wife and I, we partner with our nonprofit organization. We have a radio talk show broadcast that comes on every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on 102.9. Demetrius and Katrina Early with Make Me More Empowerment Radio Talk Show. Hey, if you want to get at me, hey, you want to get in contact with us, you want to find out what we got going on and be a part of what this movement is, hey, hit me up at info@theearlyexperience.com, or you can call us at 1-888-276-7696. Man, just super excited, man. So where's everybody from? Where you from? Hey, stop being shy. Hey, there we go. We got Arkansas in the building. Hey, listen, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. We're in Louisiana, but I'm by way of Houston. I love Houston, Texas. I lived there for 16 years. Have some very good friends and great family members there that I love dearly. So, hey, Houston in the building also. And so, you know, where we at right now is I just want to kind of have a little discussion about, you know, some of the things that we have to do to position ourselves to be successful. A lot of us right now, post-pandemic, hey, Karen, I see you in Arlington, Texas in the building. Some of us are going through some really tough times. You know, we have to acknowledge the fact that, you know, there's a formula to being successful. And for a lot of years, I've been blessed to have the opportunity to be able to study the American system and how they operate. And what I learned was that America was a corporation, and most of the benefits and the things that happen for you to be in favor is a lot of time it's for the business owners, it's for the small business. We make up the American system. And so we have to learn the laws. In order to be in the game, you got to know the laws of the game. If you want to be able to play the game, you got to be able to play chess, baby. You got to be able to anticipate the next man's move. And so I've always prided myself on research and development and make sure I understand whatever industry I'm going into and be the one that knows the most about what you do and what you bring to the table. So it's super important that if you're out there and you're venturing out and you want to start your own business, there's nothing wrong with you working the job. And then if you want to branch out to start your own business, to do that as a secondary. But I always believe then if I'm going to work for someone else, I'm going to put just as much energy and time into working for myself. So I always believe in encouraging individuals, because all of us have something to bring to the table nobody else can bring but us, to be able to, go after your dream. You know what I'm saying? Let's dream big, baby. And hey, man, God bless a child that has his own. So we all have our roles to play. We have our duties and responsibilities to be able to pursue our dreams and not half do that. You know what I mean? Like give our whole heart to figuring out how we can become the version of ourselves that we really want to be. And don't half do ourselves. Don't settle for less. Go for the stars. Shoot for the stars, baby. So I want to talk about a game plan. So my game plan is always derived from, just making sure that I'm being true to myself. I think that what's most important in becoming really living the life that you want to live and coming up with the proper game plan, you have to first be honest with self, and you have to look at yourself in the mirror and identify what is my strengths and what is my weaknesses. And what we want to do is we want to focus on building on our strengths. And so the weaknesses kind of take care of themselves when you really focus on your strengths. But it's okay to acknowledge the fact that you have weaknesses, because we all do. But we want to put our energy and our effort and our action behind the things that we're strong at. And so what I learned to do was to come up with the opportunity to be able to be honest with self. I had to write down 10 things that I'm good at. I had to write down 10 things that I would love to do. And then I marry those two things together. And on the equal sign side, it has to add up to what can make me the most income to provide for the family that God has blessed me to take care of. So if you're out there right now, you're trying to figure out, what should I be doing, Demetrius? What should I be doing? Well, hey, it's real simple. Write down the 10 things you're great at. Write down, hey, what you love doing. And then marry those two things. And if it equals you making the income you want to make to be able to take care of your family, then hey, go for it. That's what you should be doing. And don't get me wrong, sometimes we have to work in areas that we're not really passionate about. It's not really what we want to do at the time to be able to sustain ourselves, because life does happen. We have to take care of the business we have to take care of. But make sure that when you're putting yourself in position where you're about to write your game plan out, that you acknowledge the fact that you are good at certain things and that you're strong in certain things, and build on those things, okay? So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. What is your financial game plan? How do you derive to your financial game plan? How do you come up with the goals? How are you going to be realistic with yourself and be honest with yourself? And what happens? Do you really supposed to pay attention to where you are right now as much as you are to pay attention to where you want to be? How do I make the goals that I need to make that's not unrealistic? So everything has a formula attached to it. So I believe in making sure I follow the principles of those who've gone before me and became very successful, because a lot of times we think that success is something that's hard for us to come by, but really success is just another version of what somebody's already done. So if they can do it, you can do it. So I study successful people. Hey, what's going on, brother? I see y'all out there. I see the Chambers out there. Good to see y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. So yeah, we have to make sure that we come up with a financial game plan and we position ourselves to where we're not half doing ourselves, that we're not really selling for less. Like we're making sure that our mindset is going after the real dream, right? So I want you guys to think about this. When I write my game plan, when you write your game plan, make sure that it's visible. But then at the same time, it depends on, really where you are, because your industry plays a big role in what you want to do from a financial standpoint. But my life was not just based on a financial situation. So I had to, in my financial game plan, I have to consider thinking about the different areas that I want to create balance in my life. Because once upon a time, all I did was work. And what I learned that when I finally got access to a lot of capital, I had a lot of money. You think in your mind, when I get all this money, I'm going to have everything I want. Life is going to be perfect. It'll be beautiful for me. But how many, that more equals more? So what I learned when I got more money was that there were more problems and more responsibilities that came along with it. And I wasn't mature enough to be able to manage it properly. And how many of you guys know that what you're not able to manage properly, you will lose? So I end up losing it all, right? So I take full responsibility for my life. I'm honest with myself. Now I'm in a position right now where I've identified the things that I love doing, the things that I'm great at doing. I married those two things and I equaled out to see which one makes me the most income to take care of my family. So now I'm ready to be honest with myself and write out my financial game plan. Okay. So if you want to put something in the chat right now, you have anything you want to add to what I'm saying, hey, feel free to do so. Love to include you guys in the conversation. This is a discussion between us and you and I, you and me and you together. Let's have a conversation. And so the financial game plan is really derived from you being real with yourself, honest with yourself, and don't settle. Now, me personally, there's no certain number attached to my financial game plan. I really want to be the person that has no limitations on what I can accomplish and what I can do. So I don't have a particular number that I go after, but I do have a range. Okay. So yeah, this year right here, 2023, my goal is to and not only create 7 figures for me and my family, but also position myself to be able to help 10 other families accomplish 7 figures. So, I learned a long time ago that my game plan needs to be attached to something bigger than myself. If it's not bigger than myself, then it's not big enough. So we got to make ourselves, position ourselves to be able to help other people. And how many of you guys know when you help someone else, you're actually helping yourself? So if you will, we're going to take a moment and we're going to come back and talk about this financial game plan. We're going to go to a commercial break for a moment. We'll be back right after these messages. Thank you very much.
Good day. Everything still a go for tonight?
Come on.
Man, my truck just stopped again. Yeah, I know I need a new one. I tried, man. My credit just is horrible. Well, I'm headed to the bus stop.
We are here to improve your credit so that you can get the things you need and want in life.
I need help with my credit. It's been one of those weeks. Wish me luck on my ride to work.
Our team at We Raise Credit can help you get the car you need. We Raise Credit.
Hey, we're back. Hey, thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Hey, we're on a DLA Experience virtual show, and we're talking about the financial game plan. So let's discuss this. So we know what we want. We're honest with ourselves. We're in position where we're ready to write this game plan, right? So in order for you to consider your financial game plan, you have to make sure you have certain things in position, right? So here we are. We have the goals that we have set are going to be based on what we're great at and what we love doing, and we're going to put a number or a range of a number. So we're talking about, a little bit about what my game plan is this year. It's not only to create 7 figures, but also in this year I want to create 10 millionaires in my circle and play a major role in doing so. So 10 families to be successful and to get to the millionaire status. That's one of the early goals this year. I hope you're one of them. And I would tell you the whole layout, but hey, that means that you wouldn't have a reason to call me. So I want you guys to take time out and hit me up, go on social media, or you can DM me, or you can just simply give us a call at 1-888-276-7696, or you can go to info@DLExperience.com. And so we can talk about how we can put together the proper game plan for you and your family. But the one thing that I started doing recently this year, my wife and I, we decided it's time for us to really bring this family together and start practicing some of the things that we preach. So we're doing family meetings every week, and we're inviting our immediate family members to the table. And, how you define family is up to you. We don't just look at our children or the immediate family as our family members either. We do have people that God has sent into our life that we're really close to, that we share our visions with. And we actually are family members. Like I have brothers that are like, they weren't my birth brothers, but man, we love each other. We down for each other. So we share information with each other and help each other in any way we can. And so we believe that family is a group of individuals collectively that are working towards the same goal. So if you have a family, hey man, call you guys got to communicate. You got to make sure you communicate. So, we're working on this financial plan, but the first thing we had to do was get the family meeting put together. Then we have to identify the fact that we have to position ourselves for legacy. So my wife and I are really big on making sure we honor what God said about, hey, a good man leaves his children inheritance. So we want to make sure we position ourselves because we know better. We should do better to position ourselves, not only to take care of the things that we got to take care of while we're on this planet,
but we also got to leave actually a foundation for our future generations. So if you out there and you about legacy right now, hey man, let me hear you say something in the chat. Are you about your legacy? So we have to make sure we put a game plan together that just doesn't include just us and where we are now, but also have a future plan for our children's children. So you got to have the proper insurance. It's great to have a trust in place. You know what I mean? These are things that you need to put in place. Get you a good attorney, get you a good accountant. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your huddle is secured. You know, you got to have your accountant, you got to have your attorney, right? You got to have your financial advisor. You got to have people that can give you advice on how to better position yourself. And so, man, I'm just grateful, man, because I'm married to a State Farm agent. Katrina Early is so amazing. And so she's been, you know, licensed to do these things. So it's been a blessing for me because I'm an ambitious, outgoing spirit. And I'm always jumping out there. I'm pretty much the risk taker of the family. But I also need, you know, that balance. You know what I'm saying? I ask God not just give me, you know, the finer things in life, but I want to make sure I also have the proper balance. So if you have a wife or a husband, or if you have a mate or a spouse or a fiance, or whatever you got going on as a family dynamic, that relationship is super important to make sure you guys are on the same page and you guys discuss these things intelligently. But it's very good when you have a family and you can bring everybody to the table and at least weekly sit down and have a discussion about what's your goals and what your game plan is. So I want you guys to start practicing that. I want you to write down the things you're great at, things you're really good at, things you love doing, and marry those things and figure out a way to come up with a way to create an opportunity for you and your family, and make sure you have your legacy plan in place as well. If you need someone to help you kind of roll these things out and talk about these things intelligently, hey, please give me a shout, get in contact with Dearly, and we'll definitely have a discussion with you and give you a free consult and put these plans and these outlines in place for you, okay? So let's discuss what the game plan is for your personal and business finances. You know what I'm saying? So how is your credit, okay? Do you have the proper foundation to where you can, you know, get your line of credit? If you're a new business owner, you want to start a business, make sure you have enough capital in place, at least 3 times the amount of what you really need to be able to sustain yourself. Because there are times where you have to make sure that you have, you know, their safety net in place. And so a lot of people start their businesses and they don't have enough to be able to really, you know, sustain their business because they're really not in position because they don't have that leverage they need. So we want to make sure we help you understand that leverage is very important as well when you're putting together your game plan. So your 2023 financial goals and how to make them happen. Listen, you know, it's very important that, you know, I used to be the kind of person that just say what's on his mind without even thinking about it. And so, you know, they got me in a lot of trouble. So I had to learn how to, you know, seriously start thinking about what I say and mean what I say and be honest with myself. So I used to not do this, but now I do this. I meditate now, right? I take time out and I meditate. Self-care is very important. Your mental health is very important. I do a lot of things now. I meditate, I pray, you know, I work out, you know, I do the things, I get the time in with myself. So I had to learn how to get up early in the morning. So I get up in the morning about 4:15 in the morning. I say my prayer, I put time in with God, and I meditate, and I make sure that I'm grateful. You know, I get up with a grateful spirit and a great attitude to make sure that I'm in a position to where I can always, you know, just be very in position to be able to receive the great things that I'm here to do to help other people and to be the best version of myself in doing so. So you have to invest into yourself. It's very important that we invest into yourself. What's up, Larry? And so yeah, it's very important that we meditate and position ourselves to be able to be the best version of ourselves. Then I read at least 15 pages a day. Okay, it's good practice, great practice. You have to really be sure to secure yourself with great information. So how to make those goals happen is you have to come up with a schedule, a secured schedule, you know. And so my point I'm making to you guys is I gave you an outline on my morning. So I do these little small things over and over again every day because they add up to something really big. It creates a great person to be able to give something and have something to add to the world and actually make sure I stay on track to be responsible enough to do the things that I'm supposed to do and to make my goals happen for that day. So now that I got my day done, then after you do that for 7 days, that's a week done. Then we go from 7 days a week to the month. So, you know, once you do every day, adds it to the weeks, then you got the months, then you got your years. So how you hit your goal, you got to be responsible enough to have a game plan every day. It doesn't just happen when you just setting your yearly goal, but then you're not doing the right things consistently every day, and you're not writing these things down. So documentation is super important when it comes to matters. You writing your goals out and making those goals happen. You got to write them down, guys. So listen, like I told you guys, my family goal this year and my dynamic is to create abundance for everybody that's in my circle. You know what I mean? And my huddle is very important to me. And so my family and I, we're working together now. We're having discussions, the real discussions, so we can admire and really understand each other's goals. There's a family responsibility. There's a responsibility for everybody in the family. So it's very important that you advise and let your family know what that is. Like my wife needs to know, maybe this is what I need from you. And then our children need to know, hey, son, daughter, this is what we need from you. Our grandchildren need to know, hey, grandchild, grandson, granddaughter, this is what we need from you. So we give everybody the opportunity to speak and have a voice so we can understand what they are, so we can all relate to them in a way that where we can give them a game plan and make sure they understand it. So we got to educate our families, and that starts at home, guys. We can't depend on the institutions to be able to teach our families when we can do it for ourselves. What we can do for ourselves, we should do it. So let's talk about business funding. How many of you guys out there right now, put in the chat, how many of y'all can use an extra $100, $250, $300,000, you know what I'm saying, to give you the start that you need or to expand where you are right now to get to your next level? Man, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I go to work every day doing what I really love to do. I love helping people and empowering people and helping people get to the next level. And one of the things that I'm doing is I'm actually in the process of writing a book right now. It's a book that's talking about how to build your financial table. There's 4 legs to building a financial table. And so to help you get funded, we're going to discuss some of the things that we're talking about in the book and also some of the things that we do as a consultant to be able to help individuals get on track to live their best life, to get the best version of themselves and maximize their potential with their businesses. And so the one thing we have to learn how to do, the first table is, guess what? Who knows what the first leg of the table is? The financial table. To build the financial table, the first leg is, guess what? Anybody know? Come on now. I know somebody know. But look, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, since you ain't saying nothing. It's credit. Listen, I am a credit expert. You know what I mean? For a very long time, you know, I grew up in a very humble beginning. And I always wanted to figure out, like, why, when I look at television, it was so beautiful and there were so many amazing things I saw on television, but in my environment, it wasn't that way. And so we didn't know we were poor growing up, but, you know what I mean, grandmother did a great job at keeping the family together, and we didn't really know what was going on as far as our income was concerned. There was so much love in the house, and I really appreciate that. I love the way I grew up. But on the flip side of it, why can't we just have both, right? So I said my goal is going to be to have the love and to have the proper financial future laid out for my family. So, yeah, the number one thing on the table, the first table we're going to talk about is credit. Listen, there are 2 sides to credit. One is your personal credit, and the other is your business credit. Now, guess what? You guys may not know this, but you may know this. Did you know that your personal credit being over 740, well, really 760 is A plus credit. Anything over 760, a 760 to 800 is the same. So just so you know. But you know, good credit, great personal credit is very important because it's the financial report card of your financial history, how you manage your money. So when you go to any institution and you want them to evaluate you, the first thing you're gonna do is look at your credit report. Your credit report is gonna tell everything about how you manage your life. And the very little things that you don't pay attention to also mean something on your credit report. It tells a story. And so if you have too many addresses, that's a red flag because that means that you're unstable, you move around a lot. I mean, do I want to trust someone that moves around a lot? So you'd be surprised. The banks are very critical. They have a system in place. So I've learned those systems. I've been studying these systems for a very long time. And I have a company that specializes in correcting the errors that's on your credit report. There's a law called a Failed Credit Report now. You go ahead and research it. And there are ways to dispute any negative item in your credit report. And no matter what the negative item it is, because from a legal standpoint, if they did not, because legal goes both ways. If the credit agencies are not reporting correctly on your behalf, whether it's your account or not, you have the right to dispute that. But you also have the right to challenge them on them properly reporting on your behalf. If they don't do that correctly, then guess what? They got to remove it, baby. They got 30 days to remove it. So, hey, I'll teach you. If you want to learn how to start your own credit restoration company, if you want to learn how to build business credit, man, hey, man, we have a course for you guys, and we'll definitely teach you how to do that for yourself. But if you also need help and assistance in getting these things done, and you don't want to do it, you want us to do it for you, then we also help you with that as well. And man, we have a wonderful network, a powerful network. So the first thing we have to worry about is credit, business and personal credit. And guess what? Business credit, you can borrow 5 times the amount versus what you could
with personal credit. So there are so many benefits in being a business owner. And this is what I tell my children all the time. My wife and I always preach to them. Even if you are not ready to start your business today, it's still a smart thing to go ahead and get your paperwork in position, get your LLC or whatever structure you're going to have to position yourself. It's really important that you do that. And so, yeah, hey, man, we talk about the price. Hey, listen, my course, it's actually, it goes between, depending on what part of the course you want to take. If you want to learn how to do the personal aspect of credit and the business or both, it runs about $5,000. So we really teach that course, and we'll make a payment plan out with you if you guys can't afford to pay it all at one time. So we'll definitely talk about that. All you got to do is just hit me up, DM me, or just go to info@drlexperience.com, or you can give us a call at 1-888-276-7696. So yeah, we can get you in a position where your credit is where it needs to be from a personal standpoint and a business standpoint. But now it's important. A person may ask, can I get my business credit done and not take care of the personal? Well, the reality is this: if you're a new business, you're not 2 years or less, the banks want to see that you have something to support the business until it gets a stand on its own. So to have your personal credit as a co-signer for the business is a typical thing you have to have done it's called a personal guarantor, to be able to get access to capital from the bank when you're new in the industry. Or if you're a small business, anything under 10 million, they're probably going to ask you for a personal guarantor. So you want to have your personal and your business taken care of, and we can help you with that. The second leg is what? Guess what the second leg is? The second leg to your financial table is, guess what? Oh yeah, you got it. It is personal income. All right. So the bank is not just going to get you where you want to be, because you have a good credit score. Okay. You have to make sure that you also got some cash flow coming in, right? So we have to have cash flow coming in. Hey, Chanel, how you doing? I see y'all out there. So we have to make sure we got the right amount of income and cash flow coming to our accounts to make sure that we can prove to the banks that we can afford to pay the loan back when we get qualified for one, if we qualify for one. And it tells us what level of loan we can get based on our credit and our personal income. And the third leg is, guess what? You might not know it, but I'm going to tell you, it's your National American Industry Classification Code. Okay, so you have to make sure that your NAICS code is in position. So when you go to the bank and you qualify your business to be registered, there's a NAICS code that they have to register your business in. So it's really just to identify your industry. Okay, a lot of people don't realize how important industry is, because we teach you how to position yourself to make sure you're banking with the right institutions. Because if your industry is not something that the bank specialize in, or because did you know that banks specialize in certain industries? They are friendly to certain industries, and some industries are not favorable. So we want to make sure that we research and find out what bank is favorable, if our industry is favorable to the bank. So I'm in the consulting business, but the banks don't really like credit restoration companies. So we have to make sure that from a consulting standpoint, that the banks that I deal with, they're friendly to that industry. So whatever industry you're in, there's the right bank for you, and there's also the wrong bank for you. So, advanced business consulting and the DRL experience is going to help you understand how to position yourself and make sure you're banking with the right institution that can give you the favor you need to make sure you get the approvals that you need. And so the last one is gross revenue. Okay. So we want to make sure that we have the proper amount of capital going into our business accounts. Okay. So your gross revenue is super important. But at the end of the day, the one thing I pride myself on, I love the fact that I love people. I love helping people and serving people. And so what really drives what drives gross revenue based on what you're doing and what industry you're in is sales. So sales pretty much covers all of that, right? So we get our sales right. Do we really need money from the bank? I mean, yeah, we might need it at some point, but we don't want that to be the main foundation to what we're doing when we go to the bank for money either. The bank mainly lend money to institutions that don't really need it. So it's just good to have access to capital if you want to expand to serve your people better, serve more people. So I hope that's helping somebody. If you hear me right now, if you like what you hear right now, hey, hit me up in the chat. Let me know that you guys are really enjoying the information that we're sharing right now. And so right now, we're going to talk about some of the things that I have going on for those of you just joining us tonight. Hey, please comment, like, share, tag. Hey, let somebody know that you're on a DRL experience right now.
And so, if you will, I'm gonna talk a little bit about. Hey, my wife and I got a radio talk show. We do with a nonprofit organization called Make Me More Empowerment. I love you, Kafina, early. I see you. And we also, I do public speaking, guys. If you guys are looking for someone that can come in and motivate and educate and help you get to the next level, I'm your guy. I'm your next level guy. I'm a co-author. I'm a best-selling co-author when Amazon called bestsellers list. Myself and Brian Tracy, one of my favorite mentors, man. He's awesome. He's amazing. And I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to write the book with him. You can follow me. Those are some of my links that you can look at, and we can help you guys get to the next level. Just hit us up, follow us, and hey, man, share us with the world, man. People need to hear about this information. Also, I as you can tell, I'm a little bit very favorable towards understanding what finance is, and I have a company called We Raise Credit that we work with, and we actually help you with your funding and your business funding and your personal credit. And I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a mentor. I'm a coach. One of my favorite things to do is to help entrepreneurs, man, really pull out of them the best version of themselves and help them get to the next level. So if you want to know about what we do as from a mentorship standpoint and from a coaching standpoint, hey, please go to my website at dearlyexperience.com and please sign up with us. What's up, Gene Mose? I see you, brother. How you doing out there in Vegas, man? And listen, man, I'm super excited because hey, at the end of the day, we have a fiduciary responsibility to be able to educate ourselves and help our communities become better. So, hey, man, Advanced Business Consulting and Deal Experience is sincere about doing so, and we're excited about serving you guys. So, hey, how is your credit? Your personal credit affects you're getting funded. If you want to get funded, man, give us a call. 1-888-276-7696. Give us a call. We can help you get to that next level. We can help you get your bad credit and turn it into good credit. Your credit scores are important. But what's a bad credit score? Bad credit score is anything under 640. Okay. You have to make sure that you want to be over 740, 760 to 800 credit score. But, bad credit is definitely anything under 640. So if you're under 640, hey, man, give us a call. Let us know. Let us help you. And if you are in the position where you're in between the 640 and the 720, let us help you get to the great credit. It's nothing less than you want to make sure that you have excellent credit, because that's a report card of your financial future and how people see you and what you've done already. And it's graded when you want to go get access to capital. The banks are looking at that. Good accounts, bad accounts, DTI. Listen, if you're going to buy a home, you got to make sure that you're not out of it's called a debt to ratio of income. So basically, I teach this all the time about budgeting. A lot of people don't know how to budget, but what if I told you guys there's a formula to budgeting, right? So the wealthy people of the world, they live off of a third of their income. What that means is if I have a lot of money going out of my account, and if I want to evaluate, am I living within my means or living above my means? You want to live within your means. You don't want to live above your means. It's a bad thing. So that means you can't afford the lifestyle you're living. So for a long time, I lived like this, guys. I thought that if I was living a $5,000 a month lifestyle and I made $10,000 a month, that I was doing good. Then I realized that wealthy people would only live off a third of that. So how do I calculate that? It's real simple. Take your pen and paper out or your calculator out. And so you just add up everything you spend your money on. I want you guys to take this exercise and I want you to run with it. It's going to really help you and bless you. Get you and your spouse or you and your mate or just you alone, whoever you are, if you're by yourself. Get responsible about your finances, but you got to know where you are. Write down everything that you spend money on. I don't care if it's chewing gum. I don't care when you go to Walmart, when you go to the grocery store, you go to wherever you shop at, whatever you do, whatever clothes you buy, whatever your nails, your hair. Come on, for the ladies, we know y'all got to get y'all beauty on. Whatever you're doing to live, calculate your mortgage, your rent, whatever that is, all your bills, car notes, whatever you have. Calculate all of that, add all that up, and if you add that up and whatever's going out, you multiply that times 3. If you multiply, so for instance, an example, if I spend $5,000 a month to live, I need to multiply that times 3. So I thought I was doing good when I was making $10,000, but then in reality, I really need to be making at least $15,000 to afford that lifestyle. So if I'm not making $15,000 3 times the amount of what I'm living off of, then I'm living above my means. It's gonna be very difficult for you to save and then put money to the side for the most important aspects of life and to be able to invest in something, to be able to multiply your money. Because really, what I learned about wealthy people is we don't just take our money and then spend it. But no, wealthy people, they employ their money. They make their money turn into more money. So I want you guys to get that principle. That's very important that we get to that point, and that's what we all should be striving to be at. And so right now, I'm going to take this opportunity
to actually give you guys the opportunity to ask some questions. So if you got any questions out there, let's have some talk. Have some real talk. Hey, put it in the chat and let's talk about it. If you have any questions, this is a good time for us to answer your questions right now. So, but in the meantime, I'm trying to get as much as I can get in because I'm excited about just having an opportunity to talk to you guys. And yeah, go to the dearlyexperience.com. Take a look at our site. It says, how many business credit cards should you have? I mean, business credit cards are super important. Like, I mean, to be honest with you guys, it just depends on what business that you're in. If I was to tell you, I'm a credit specialist. I mean, it's like a sport to me. I love it. I love getting access to capital, having more than enough leverage to be able to do the things I need to do in my business and have the option to be able to grow my business. So there's no particular number, but at least between 5 and 6 cards would be good for you. It depends on what your industry is. 5 or 6 is a good number to start with. But definitely, I can give you the formula once I get a chance to look at your business intently and give you some direct information on what's best for your business. If you just do what? You just give me a call, or you follow me, or you DM me at info@dearlyexperience.com, or call me at 1-888-276-7696 and book an appointment so we can give you a free consultation, and I'll be able to be more specific with that answer. So thank you for asking that question. What are the best business credit cards? Oh man, I mean, American Express is awesome. You know what I mean? You have your net 30 accounts. We'll talk really exclusive about that when you first get started, depending on where you are in your business. But American Express is good. You have your net 30 accounts, your Granger accounts, your Quill accounts. It just depends on where you are in your business, what cards would be great for your particular business based on what you're selling, what you're servicing to people, whether you're a service company, you're selling something. So again, we can have a consult, and I would definitely go over that with you based on what business you're in. I can't believe there's not more questions out there. Oh man, I thought we was gonna be talking about something up in here. Okay, so how much income do you need to get 100,000 in business funding? So the banks, what they do is, there's levels to everything. So if you are, I want you to think outside the box. If I come to you for a loan, the first thing I want to know is the amount of money you're asking for. Do you have a contract, right? Or if you're just asking for it based on what you've already borrowed. So it just depends on what your industry is once again, but it also depends on, have you managed that amount of money before? The bank want to know that you're going to be able to pay them back. And if you have history where you managed it before, then, great. They don't have a problem giving you that money. But if you also have a contract that can justify enough amount of capital that can cover that loan, paying it back, then that's also another way that you can get $100,000 loan. So it just depends on your industry, and it depends on if you have a contract involved, what type of way you're going to pay that money back, proving that, and it depends on how much money you've managed over the years to prove that you can handle that level of income coming from the bank. So what are the best banks to get funding from? Oh man, there's a ton of banks out there, and to be honest with you, it just depends on, again, what your industry is. Chase has some great programs, but you also have some smaller banks, depending on if you're a small business, depending on how small your business is. There's some smaller banks. Truist Bank is good. There's some small banks that are really good for you as well. Credit unions are even good. If you have a good relationship with your credit union, it's good to have a good relationship with your credit union if you're doing something locally. So it just depends on, again, your platform, what your business is. But Chase Bank, Truist Bank, you have a ton of banks that are good. It just depends on what your industry is, and how we would determine that is based on, again, your NAICS code. What your industry is, and if that bank is friendly to that particular industry. So it's not a bad bank out there when your paperwork is in good position. So it's not really a bad bank out there. How does business credit work? Well, basically, how does it work? That's a good question. How does it work? It's just real simple. I mean, if you have a business and you need to expand, whatever it is you're doing in business, you have your Dun & Bradstreet, you have your Experian and your Equifax. You have those different reporting agencies that report on your behalf, just like they do on your personal credit, but they do it through the institutions that you borrow money from that takes care of the things that you need from your business. So business credit is just based on the vendors that you utilize
to be able to run your business successfully. So that's basically how business credit works. In order for you to borrow money with your business, a lot of times, if you're the owner of the business, if you have more than 25% of your business, you own more than 25% of that business, then the banks are going to want to see your personal credit report to be a personal guarantor, unless it's a larger business. Anything under 10 million, they're going to ask for a personal guarantor. So how often should you use your business credit lines? Once every 6 months or once every 6 days? See, me, like I want you to think about it like this, Thurston. Thank you for asking that question. The banks are always looking for activity as well. Remember, the banks are in business to make money off lending you money. So the more you utilize your credit, the more favorable you are to get access to capital from the bank. Because when you use your credit, they make money off your money, right? So they make money off lending you money. So, hey, man, use it as often as needed and often as possible. Just make sure that whenever your report date is posting, okay, when your post date, look on your credit report and see what date that your credit report or that account has posted. Make sure that you pay that card down. If it's a revolving account, make sure you pay it down 3 to 4 days before the post date. And then after the post date, you can use it again. And then just make sure you pay it down before the post date. That way it can show as a low account on your utilization on your credit report. Okay, so they said, is it feasible to have the dreams and desires to start a business, but the credit and financial situation doesn't warrant those dreams right now? So, I'm gonna say this to you, Celeste. There's an answer to everything. I would say, give me a call, okay? Let's do a financial assessment on what is needed to get you where you need to be. And then let's come up with a game plan and an assessment to give you the plan that you need to start your business. Because I don't want you to stifle your dreams on where you want to be because of your current circumstance. That means you don't have the faith you need to be able to make that a reality. What I would say is, let's match your faith and put a plan together to match your faith. Let those two things meet and come up with a solution to put action behind it. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you accomplish your dream goal and give you the tools that you need and the direction that you need and help you get to that next level that you want to be on. So definitely, let's make sure we keep on dreaming big and we put those things in perspective. So what's a good business credit score? A good business score is an 80 pay, in between an 80 and 100. 80 payday score is excellent credit for business credit. But again, there's levels to everything. So we have to make sure we understand that the trade lines on the credit report, which is the accounts on the credit report, that's what determines the level of credit that you get access to. Hey, I like the questions y'all giving us right now. If you got any more questions out there, please feel free to chime in. And listen, I like the fact that a lot of us right now, we're educated. You see a lot of people that are advertising, they can help you fix your credit, they can help you do this and help you do that. Not only are we going to help you fix your credit, we're going to help you understand, and we're going to educate you. All right, it's not good enough to fix your credit for you, but it's really important that we educate you and change your mindset, because a lot of people, if you give a person that had a 550 credit score for a long time, and all of a sudden now they got a 750, if their mindset is still at doing 550 things, what's going to happen? They're going to end up right back to the 500 credit score. It's going to return back to it. So what is the smallest amount of funding you can help us with? Smallest amount, the range is based on your need and what you can afford. I mean, there's no smallest amount, to be honest with you. Like whatever you need, the banks will lend money to you. They'll make money off of $250. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what your need is. So whatever the amount that you need, we can work with you on that, okay? So just give us a call, and we'll love to have a consultation with you and help you understand exactly what your situation can do based on where you are right now and based on where you're trying to go. So that's what it's all about. Hey, let's come together. Let's have this conversation. Hey, y'all can like, share, comment, tag, and we can help you guys get where you need to be. What is the best utilization on a credit report? So remember the rule of thumb, living within your means. It's the same across the board, okay? The wealthy people live off a third of their income. So basically, if you have 30% under on utilization. Now, me personally, I learned from some wealthy people that, they keep everything below 10%. You know what I mean? So, I want to leave something on there. So Everybody think I need to pay it all the way out, pay it all the way down to zero. Well, I mean, that's cool, but I mean, really and truly, it's not really better than you leaving anything. Anything under 10% is just as good as 0%. So 10% or less is really great, but the rule of thumb is they start criticizing you when you go over 30%. So that's the best utilization you can have on your credit report. How do you get increase in limits on credit cards and line of credits? Okay, so let me give you guys a secret. So one of my secrets is it's real simple. It's called stacking, right? So if you have a credit card account and I'm using it, I'm using it consistently. And so my credit card account right now is at $2,500. Let's just say it's at $2,500, but I really need about $10,000, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna swipe that card, use the $2,500 this week, and I'm gonna pay that $2,500 off. I'm gonna use $2,500 the second week, and I'm gonna pay that $2,500 off. I'm gonna use it the third week, and I'm gonna pay it off. I'm gonna use the fourth week, and I'm gonna pay it off. Now it improved to the banks that I actually need $10,000 with the limits, and that improves to the bank that I can pay that card down. So if I pay that card down 4 times a month versus that one time that I normally with the $2,500 and increase that paying down method to add up to $10,000. So now to multiply 4 times 25, which is 2,500 times 4 is 10,000. Then what the bank is going to automatically do, what the credit card is going to automatically do is they're going to give you a $10,000 credit limit because you've already proven that you can manage that account successfully. So that's one of the secrets that I do. One of the strategies I use to get the actually to trick the system to automatically give me an increase on my credit lines. So hope that answers your question. So hey, we're getting close to the end. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in to the D Early Experience virtual show. I hope that I shared some with you guys that impacted you. If there are some things you still want to ask me, if it just hits you once you get off this podcast with me, please, hey, go to info@deearlyexperience.com, or you can call me at 1-888-276-7696. Hey, man, we're here for you guys. Okay, Gene Mosley. Okay, he says, what is a good bank to use for international trade? That's the problem I had in Shreveport. Only Chase Bank did business in France. Hey, listen, you know what, Eugene? I promise you, you give me a call. I'm gonna give you a chart on some of the banks that are able to give you what you need from an international standpoint. And listen, I love the fact that you're thinking big, brother. You're doing things from an international standpoint because that's where it's all at. Also, give me a call, man, because it's important. Because like what we're doing, also, not only are we helping you with ways of getting your credit situated and also position you where you can expand your business, but we also have opportunities where we can help you enhance your income by way of investment. So we also have a trading platform that we're working with right now as well that's doing phenomenal things in the market and can help you get to that next level on the international level as well. So we do business from an international standpoint as well over at Advanced Business Consulting. So, hey, man, I'd love to talk to you about that. Please give me a call. This is awesome. Thank you for this knowledge. Thank you so much, Andrew and Taylor. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you. Hey, you are the man, dear. Oh, man, come on, man. Cut out, Larry. You the man, Larry. You the man. Thank y'all so much for being so supportive and being online with us today. And please like, share, comment, and tag. Dope 10. That's what's up. What's up, Pastor Ava? Appreciate you, brother. Hey, thank you, Aunt Reba. We really appreciate you guys, man. We love you guys out here. Hey, man, this is a D Early Experience virtual show. Share, like, comment, and tag. We really thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you need to get in contact with us, go to deearlyexperience.com and follow me on social media and give us a call at 1-888-276-7696. This is yours truly, Demetrius, signing out. I love you guys. God bless. Let's make it happen. Peace.